Well, good morning from Guernsey. I am walking to the bus stop right now. I'm gonna take the bus into town. I think I'm gonna spend the morning at museums. The weather is craptastic, so not gonna be doing any hikes or anything like that. But hopefully it'll get a little drier this afternoon, and I might go try to walk out to Lihu, I think is how you pronounce it. It's like a tidal island on the southwest portion of the island, so yeah, we'll see if that works. One thing that's a little different is that the bus stops look like this. They just say bus. But, you know, it's hard to miss them, so I'll take it. So this is the main town, I think. Saint Pierre de Port? I don't know. Harbor action. Some old pubs. It's cute. Well, it's 9:15 and like everything's still closed. Even coffee shops, weirdly. The Marks and Spencer's food hall is open, so I'm getting a flat white here because I just want to like drink a coffee and sit by the water. And so this is the best that I got at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. This is wild. It's like a little pool on the pier. Yeah, that's the like shipping areas, yacht club. There's the Castle Cornet. This is kind of wild. I'm in town. And the rest of the island, which I'm sure is lovely. Tell how blue the water is. If it were sunny, I'm sure it'd be like amazingly bright. There's some of the other smaller islands. I think that might be Herm. If not, it's like over there. This is one that my map doesn't want to name. But. And then through the mist, that might be Cirque that you can see. You know, I thought this island would be a lot like the Isle of Man, but I feel like it feels bigger and more like built up and industrial, like even that sort of stuff. But even just like the major city here, like it just feels bigger than Douglas does. I wonder, comparatively speaking, like population, size, like what? I haven't looked at that, but I don't know. I just assumed. I mean, you can even see over there, there's like here, real industrial things like over there. So, I don't know. And I also like, you know, cruise ships. We shall see. We shall see. I'm also interested to see like how built up Jersey feels compared to this. I will say it does really feel like a mixture of France and England, like southeast England and northwest France, which makes sense because it's like right in the middle of both. No, it seems like most of their tourism stuff here is about occupation during World War II, which, you know, fair, that was a big piece of their history. But so like all the things around the island, or almost all of them, seem to be centered on that. This being an exception, the Cornet here. I don't think I want to go to 2 museums today, and I kind of want to like see the bigger, or not bigger, the Guernsey Museum and Art Gallery, but I don't really care about that part, because it's like specifically Guernsey history, which I think would be really interesting, like back, you know, like the Neolithic age and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have a layover on my way back from Sark. I might try to do that then, especially because the weather's supposed to be trash like the entire rest of the week. So my original plan for this like 5-hour layover was like I was gonna find a nice sandy beach and lay on it, but I don't think that's gonna be my journey. Just suspicious of that. Apparently cafes and the like open after 10. We're definitely on European time here. Like continent time here. It's the Bayeux Tapestry, but fan fiction. Some really good little scenes in the margins. Not any as good as the actual Bayeux, I will say. Oh, this one's pretty great.
At 22, and he died in 1895. His son Rudolph was born in 1857, and he lived until 1939. Leopold Blanche.
Baby from its cradle, and left her own fairy child in its place. Now, the young mother had heard the old folk talking of such things, and knew what she had to do.
Okay, so that was the Guernsey Museum. It's not much video. I never know how to do video in a museum. It's always kind of weird. So I also stopped and had a little bit of lunch at their cafe. And now I think I'm gonna walk into town and catch the bus that goes on the outside of the does a loop around the external parts of the island, and go to the southwest to see Lihu, which is the tidal island. I want to see if I can catch it at low tide so I can walk across, and maybe kind of see what else is along the north coast. Just do a little public bus tour situation, and then we'll kind of see what time it is and see what the weather's like. Lihu Island. Another tidal island. Well, I'm ready to go and dressed like a toddler, ready to play in puddles. So, let's go. The tide is just low enough to cross. There's still these little bits of puddly water. Oh, and apparently some school children were staying on the island or something because there's a tractor and a trailer bringing them their stuff. Okay, maybe I'll do a little loopy-loop there now that I'm here. It looks very rainy back on the coast. I think I'm getting protected by this here tree a little bit, and just by the island in general. I am quite wet. My shoes and my jacket are holding up fairly well relative to what I had last year, so there's that. All that's left of the once fairly cushy priory that I learned about in the museum. I mean, not a bad view, I'll say that. Will say that. Well, climbing all the way down to the Venus Pool is too slick for me. Also, it's too cold and might rain again, so I don't want to get trapped down there in downpours. But it's cool to see, and I'll take this little reprieve. You can see a little better. Love it. So apparently there is a hostel on this island. I think it's private hire though, which generally means you have to rent the whole place. So I think that's where those children were staying. But wouldn't it be amazing to be able to just wake up when the tide was high and go for a walk around here? Oh, and it's raining again, super. Well, I made it all the way around the island. Well, just get back to the crossing and head back to the mainland. Made it. Lihu Island back. And survived first real rain test of this jacket and these shoes. Both held up really well. We'll see if they continue to hold up with repeated use, but first go, good job. A battery, or however you say it. They're really into their cannon preservation on this island. Although, check out that viewpoint. Not too shabby. So all dotted along this northern or southwestern coast, I guess, there's all these, I think, German bunkers, defense bunkers, because the Germans were, here it says there, yeah, anti-tank guns. When Germany entered Czechoslovakia in 1938, they found themselves with a large number of captured weapons at their disposal, and apparently they put them here. interesting. Fish. Here's more of the bunker things. So I am back where, like, walking to my guest house, or B&B or whatever. I got off the bus in downtown, like in the terminal, and I hopped into a Marks and Spencer, got some like groceries to take with me to Sark because they have a very tiny grocery store and they don't actually know what's going to be in it. I'm staying at a B&B, so I get breakfast. There's a handful of restaurants on the island, but like, I just want to make sure I have something. So I got a jar of peanut butter, jar of jelly, this bread, and some like instant tomato soup packets. And then either tomorrow morning or I'm gonna chance it when I get on the island, I might get like a stick of butter or something, and just call it good in case I need to make a sandwich for something or whatever. Like, it's pouring rain and I don't want to go out to eat dinner. Like, I can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I can have, you know, some bread and butter and tomato soup. So, options. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna do grocery store dinner again for night because I'm just kind of exhausted and like cold and damp. And then tomorrow I head to Sark. So fingers crossed the weather at least stops raining. I'll deal with clouds, I'll deal with cold, I'll deal with wind. Just would love less rain. So crossing my fingers for that.